salt or you are taking sugar. That salt or sugar you are adding in water. Correct? How much it will dissolve? How much it will dissolve? Depending on the mass of solute. Correct? Suppose for example 1 liter solution you have taken. In that 1 liter solution you added 5 kg sugar. 5 kg sugar will dissolve. In 1 liter solution 5 kg sugar you added. It will take some time, it will dissolve, but it will take some time. That means solute, how much you are adding, how much it is dissolving, that is called solubility. Solubility meaning only is there. That means solubility means what you can tell, the maximum amount of solute, the maximum amount of solute, dissolved in a given solvent, in a given water solvent, we call that is called solubility. What we call that is solubility. Here very important point, how much maximum solute, how much maximum is dissolving. Now they are all there. If you make counseling, how much seriously you are involving in studies means that is soluble. Here also how much solute is dissolving, maximum how much it is dissolving, that is called as what? Solubility. What we call that is solubility. This solubility depends on number of factors. Now so simply if you add sugar to water it will dissolve, correct only. But it depends on some factors. What does it depends? Solubility depends on what factors means. First is nature of solute, nature of water, solute. Next one, nature of solvent, nature of water, solvent. Next one is temperature. Next one is temperature. And next one is what? Pressure. Next one what? Pressure. Simply, if you are adding sugar, it will dissolve. But it depends. For example, for water, if I add camphor, camphor will dissolve. Camphor will not dissolve in water. Similarly, solvent also. For example, camphor will dissolve in where? Camphor will dissolve in kerosene. So camphor means adakarpuram. Okay, that is called camphor. Okay. Similarly, temperature. If you increase temperature, solubility also will increase more. Suppose 5 kg sugar added. How it will dissolve in that water? If you keep increasing the temperature, that means if you heat that solution, fast it will dissolve. Correct? So temperature if you increase, solubility will increase. Similarly, pressure also. Pressure will affect, it will also affect the solubility. So these are the factors which affect solubility. Which affect what? Solubility. Solubility, 2 types are there. We will discuss that one. Solubility depends on different types are there. Let us see solubility, 2 types are there. Solubility, first one we will see. Solubility of a solid. Solubility of a solid in liquid. And another one is solubility of a gas in liquid. Gas in water, liquid. I will remember starting of the lesson I told types of solutions. Types of solutions. What types of solutions I told? Gaseous solutions, liquid solutions, solid solutions I told. 3 types I told. Here see, what is the meaning of this solid? This is solute. This is water, solvent. This is water, solute. This is water, solvent. Is it clear? Now I will remember solid in liquid. Example 1. Glucose dissolved in water. Glucose dissolved in the water. Next, gas in liquid. Gas in liquid, example 1. Oxygen dissolved in water. Oxygen dissolved in the water. We will discuss in detail. When we are dissolving a solid in liquid, what will be the nature? What are the factors affecting nature? We will discuss in detail. First we will discuss about solubility of a solid in liquid. Solubility of a solid in the liquid. Now if you observe here, dust. Observe now, if you take some solids you take. For example, the solids what you can take? Salt, sugar, glucose. These are all solids. Correct? These all solids will be dissolved in what? Water. If these all solids will be dissolved in water. Other than water also there are liquids. Other than water also liquids are there. What are the liquids? Alcohol, kerosene, turpentine, benzene. These are all liquids. Now if I take for example, some example of camphor. Okay na? Camphor. Or if I take naphthalene. What is that? Naphthalene. What is the formula of naphthalene? I will remember. Naphthalene, how it will be through benzene rings. Camphor, already I told you now. This camphor or naphthalene, they will not dissolve in water. If you keep there in water, they will not dissolve. They will dissolve in kerosene. They will dissolve in water. Kerosene they will dissolve. Understood? Similarly, this salt and sugar, they are dissolving in water. So what you are understanding here? Two things you are understanding. Some are dissolving in water, some are dissolving in other than water. That's why they have divided two types: polar solute, polar solvent, non-polar solute, non-polar solvent. Let us see this polar solute, polar solvent. What is the meaning? Let us see here once carefully. Two things here. One is polar solute plus polar solvent. Polar means what is the meaning? Polar means what is the meaning? Which dissolves in water. Which dissolves in water. That means polar solute examples what? Polar solute examples what here? What we can tell? Sugar, salt, glucose. These are all polar solutes. Clear? Then what is polar solvent? Water. What is that? Water. So what you are understanding here? Polar solute dissolves in polar solvent only. So here the conclusion what I want to tell here. The conclusion what I want to tell here. Polar solute dissolves. Polar solute dissolves in polar solvent. Polar water solvent. Then let us see the other examples. What are the other examples there? Now what are the other examples of camphor, naphthalene? So that will call them as non-polar solute. Non-polar solute. Plus this non-polar solutes, they will dissolve in non-polar solvents. That means non-polar solutes, what we can tell example here. The examples what I have taken there, camphor I have taken. Next one what I have taken, naphthalene. Naphthalene I have taken. Correct? So this camphor naphthalene, what is the non-polar solvent here? Kerosene. In kerosene they are dissolving. Understood? So camphor naphthalene they are dissolving kerosene only. Naphthalene is damper balls. Damper ball will dissolve in kerosene only. Camphor also will be dissolved in kerosene only. That means what is the conclusion? Non-polar solutes dissolve in water, non-polar solid. That will I told you first. What I told first here? Factors what I told? Nature of solute, nature of solvent. Nature of, you are all there, you will be having different natures. All will not combine with all students. Maximum every student will have one or two friends only. Correct? You will not mix with all people. Here also like that. Here also